Y'all just further than.
Okay, so I have a secret, and I'm gonna tell you guys first.
I don't watch the Grammys.
But I did watch long enough of these clips of it to go, what in the beep are they doing, bro? Dude, it's dark red, red, more red, horns on every person in the who's performing out there. I mean, I was looking forward to the Grammys because this was the first year they were going to allow, or not allow, but video game soundtracks were going to be recognized as part of like being worthy of getting a Grammy. I mean, if that even means anything anymore, I've never watched him. I just thought it was cool to see which video game soundtrack would win anything in the Grammys. So we're coming in hot today. Welcome to Atlas Thug. What in the death cult is this? From Luke Radowski. I mean, I'll be honest with you. Anytime I see, first of all, anytime I see black men with straight hair, it just kind of makes me think of Dave Chappelle, like every time. But what are they, like, what is this? All red everything, like vampire-esque, like blood diamond, necklaces, pendants. Now, this isn't as demonic as some of the other stuff you're about to see that's going to be in these clips here, but very, very, like, the girls seem to be wearing extra white makeup. I would definitely argue that that is definitely not these women's natural skin color, specifically her. I mean, one of her eyes is like 2 inches above her other one. Maybe that's makeup, or maybe that's her face. I'm not making fun of her, but just like the paleness of it, it's got like that vampire-esque, and then in very comparison to these guys, right? Like that kind of seems out of place. That's from Luke Radowski. He goes, "What in the death code is this?" I mean, literally, what is that? I get it. I mean, if you look at it, it's like, yeah, music video get up for sure, but like, that's excessive. This is from another person I have a high respect for, is Carl Benjamin, Sargon of Akkad. He tweets, "It sure seems that the Satan worship of Hollywood is on the surface now. The strange thing about this to me is how old-fashioned and uncool it feels. I was never brought up in religion, so this just seems weird and cringe. What cultural touchstone does this hit?" Let's go ahead and watch this, because he wasn't wearing horns in that picture, but you'll notice Sam Smith has horns in this clip here. I want to make sure the volume's turned down. Horns. Now, I don't think that's the only
Not
pair.
sure if music will strike me.
Fire going on in the background. The entire arena is completely red lit. And then you got like this kind of like, what is that movie called? The Ring? Like that Wraith girl comes to the TV. I mean, that's what she's doing hanging off there. Oh, I caught it there for a second, right before it cut. I think you can see these girls. Yeah. I don't know if it's cat ears, but it's more than likely devil horns. Like you can see them on her right there, just a little bit. That girl on the left-hand side. I don't know if you can see my cursor. I don't know if I have that turned on or off. And like, what is this? Crawling to him? Yeah, there's a better picture. Yeah, they're wearing horns. Both of them. I mean, I don't know what that has to do with this song, but like, okay. He says, "I'm going to die from secondhand embarrassment," and he quote tweeted the one we just looked at from Luke. And this is what he says: "Where's the shock though? They do this every year. This isn't interesting, provocative, boundary pushing, or anything of any note anymore." Now I would kind of disagree, because like clearly there's a bit of shock because you're seeing it reverberate like on Twitter. And I mean, I'll just show you, there's a couple of like routine ones of the same thing here. The very first one, if you just type in satanic on Twitter, at least for me, my feed pulls up Marjorie Taylor Greene, and you know, she says the Grammys featured Sam Smith's demonic performance and was sponsored by Pfizer. Now that is demonic. And the Satanic Church now has an abortion clinic in New Mexico that requires it. I shouldn't have. That requires its patients to perform a satanic ritual before services. American Christians need to get to work. Now, Robbie Starbuck kind of echoes the same sentiment that Carl Benjamin does, but I kind of don't agree with it. People like Sam Smith, who love to mock Christianity and use satanic themes, always think they're super edgy artists by doing it. And I think the last big wave that happened in terms of like the satanic, and keep in mind, I don't follow very well with pop culture stuff. I try my best. but it was Lil Nas X who put his blood on the shoes that he was selling. He goes on to say, Robbie Starbuck, it's boring, vile, rehashed shock tactics that Hollywood SEALs clap for because they're evil and stupid. Now, it clearly got some shock because it got some attention from all these outlets. I mean, you can see there's multiple of these, even from Elijah Schaefer here. Satanic GRAMMYS performance, and it's sponsored by Pfizer. I mean, that's funny. It is very funny. But, like, I mean, just look at this. You just look at, like, a half scene of this, and you're like, I could not take my children anywhere near this kind of performance. I mean, just that image alone, I meant to say that when we watched through the first time. I mean, like, look at how he's positioning himself. I mean, the ladies are always going to be doing what's, you know, sexually exploitive in those, because they're video vixens, right, Eliza Blue? Like this right here. He's holding this, like, this cane, but he keeps holding it in position where you know what would be. And I don't know if this one has it, but there towards the end, you see how he's holding that cane out, where he positions it, and how the girls kind of come up. I mean, what does that look like? I mean, anybody with 2 cents, what does that look like? And to me, it's degenerate. Like, I'll give it that. Like, wouldn't say I have a strong opinion on it because I don't really care about garbage like this. And I think most people who probably even watch my channel anyways probably aren't even in tune with these kind of things or keep up to date with them. So it's not like they have strong opinions about it either. But to leave it on a somewhat better note, I wanted to show you, yes, the best score soundtracks for video games and other interactive media. So Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Dawn of Ragnarok was the winner. And then the others who were the nominees were Aliens Fireteam Elite by Austin Wintry, Call of Duty Vanguard by Bear McCreary, Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy by Richard Jacques, and Old World by Christopher Tim. And we're just going to leave on a snippet of that song. Well, this is it. This is your 2023 Grammy Game Soundtrack winner. Some of it's usually some of the most like soothing and tasteful material you can listen to. I love me some good old-fashioned, like the old school RuneScape music soundtracks. They're just so brilliant in the way they were designed and how they match up with like the area of the game you're in and the place like that. And I wanted to leave it on a good note because I'm in a good mood and I don't like being depressed by seeing all this garbage all the time. Maybe I'll have maybe I'll have a 3rd video up today. It depends on what I end up getting done, but maybe it'll be number 3. We'll see. Anyways, I appreciate the support. You guys are amazing. Peace out.